Hi Tom and Neil, thanks for making the trip to come and see me Friday. Really enjoyed the opportunity of taking a look at your swing. This is the swing we captured at the start of the session. So this is you. This is Tom. Obviously playing off +1. So move. You move really nicely. You got lots of good stuff going on. You work on some really good stuff with your coach. So keep that up. A couple of key things that we learned that will help you moving forward to help increase your club head speed and the distance you hit the golf ball. You do not get any load into the floor during the backswing. So even though you move nicely, you don't really grab hold of the floor and lower yourself into the floor at the top of the backswing. Your pelvis, we analysed through using 3D, stays where it is. It doesn't lower, it doesn't go down. Nor does your pelvis go down or lower in the transition phase. So again, you haven't grabbed hold of the floor or lowered your pelvis. So now you don't have anything to push from. You don't have any load to push from. So you don't get any lift or any posting up through the impact interval. So improving on those areas can help you to add speed, club head speed and velocity to the system. Pattern we would normally see, which I showed you in 3D, is players would grab hold of the floor and lower themselves a little bit in the backswing. They would lower themselves a little bit more in transition, and now they can post up through the collision or the impact with the ball. The second thing we discussed was how your club shaft transitions. So you'll see over here on the left, down the line, how that club shaft gets a little twisted in transition, a little steep. This is something you said you work on and you're aware of. This is something you brought to my attention actually, that you work on. What I've helped you to understand is your 3D hand path in transition goes down, not out. So your hand path on the backswing looks something like this, but the hand path on the downswing looks something like this. This is purely the hand path. This is how you force, we call it force the golf club. This is how you force the golf club in transition. All golfers are applying a force to the shaft or the grip through their hands. It's just how do they force the shaft. Because you are applying force downwards, that stands the golf shaft up a little bit, or certainly contributes to standing the shaft up a little bit. So what you can do in your own time on the range, in your practice time with your golf coach, is look at how you can move the hand path a little bit more outwards, whilst obviously shallowing the head and keeping the head a little bit more back. I believe because the shaft gets a little bit steep, that's why you have a little bit of a backup in your pressure trace. So you'll see at the top here, your pressure moves nicely into the lead foot, but then backs up a little. And as a good golfer, you're simply just trying to shallow the shaft out and deliver the club appropriately. I think if you transition differently, you would be able to keep the pressure moving into the lead side. You wouldn't get any backup. I would also just take a little bit of a look at the lead foot and see if flaring that out a little bit might help with that. Hope this has helped, Tom. Take a look out on your email for a full 3D report, and I'd love to get some feedback when you've done a little bit of work. Cheers.